And a good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tewksbury TV's continuing coverage of Tewksbury Memorial High School winter sports. Here on Tewksbury TV tonight at the Romano, it is girls basketball as the Redmen host the Rangers of Methuen. Happy Tuesday evening. I'm Vince Allo along with Steve Perfume. Tonight making his broadcast debut from this side of the camera. How do you feel, Steve?
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little nervous.
Nah,
but, you know, I'm actually excited. Favorite sport, get to commentate for the first time ever, so really excited to get along.
Piece of cake, piece of cake. Moment ago here, we were entertained at the Romano by the national anthem that was sung. Beautiful job by Tewksbury senior Sarah Downing. So a salute to you, Sarah. Tremendous job with our national anthem. The officials for tonight's ball game are Anthony Lavelli, Jeff Blanchard, and Tom Benign. And again, I'm Vince Allo with Steve Perfume here across the way, and manning the camera here tonight is Jason Marshall. For your viewing pleasure on Tewksbury TV, matchup tonight of a 4-5 Tewksbury Memorial High School girls basketball team under Coach Joel McNult taking on the 8-4 Methuen Rangers under Coach Ryan Middlemiss. The Rangers will trot out in the starting lineup Brooke Tardungo, Thayana Santiago, Jamie Slattery, Samantha File, and Ella Barron. And the Rangers, that's the Rangers starting lineup. The Redmen will counter with Katrina Kat McDonald, Victoria Lavarnia, Emily Pitcher, Sam Ryan, and Riley Vietz. The Redmen in the home white unis, the Rangers in the traveling blues. A matchup that was won earlier in the season by the Methuen Rangers by 7 points over in Methuen, a short drive up, 495. Redmen control, they've got the first possession as Kat McDonald works against the Ranger defense. Ryan thought about the step back three. That's more her side here on the left-hand side, Steve, for Sam Ryan, as the shot clock is now at 12. Here's Vietz with the three-pointer. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Vietz keeps it alive, taps it over to McDonald. Her putback is no good, and the Redmen come up empty. And here's the first Ranger possession of the ball game.
And as on that last possession, Vince, that was a great ball by the Redmen.
Yep, very patient and deliberate, Steve. Missed by Samantha File the other way for the Rangers. We're scoreless just about a minute into this ball game. An MVC matchup here as Lavarnia goes down the lane, can't convert with the left-handed layup, and it's controlled out of there by the Redmen.
I like the slow pace that each team's playing, you know, move the ball around, get wide open man. Run the play like it's supposed to. That's how you're going to get your open shots. And,
absolutely. Patience at the offensive end as the shot was fired away by Santiago. No good. Or check that. That was filed. She's 0 for 2 thus far. Emily Pitcher quickly into the forecourt. And the Redmen will set the offense now as Kat McDonald does so between the circles.
And Vince, I remember before the game started, we were talking about that. You said the Redmen need to focus on their rebounding a lot on both sides. And right now, we're seeing really good of that. 2 rebounds for the Redmen. Unfortunately, couldn't capitalize yet, but still plenty of ball game left for them to score.
We're still scoreless here as Vietz jumper on the baseline, no good. Almost 2 minutes in, no score. Santiago in the lane, down the lane with a left-hand shot, no good, and an offensive foul. That'll be the first on Santiago, first on the team.
Nice placement for the charge. Really got to put that effort in to make sure you get the charge. But unfortunately, a lot of them are going to be blocks. So
I believe that was McDonald. It was either McDonald or Lavarnia that held their position. I could be wrong, and please forgive me if I am. No, it doesn't happen often, okay? So just so you know, Steve. Just over 2 minutes in, we're scoreless. Lavarnia wanted to change that quickly with the 3-ball from the right wing. It hit the rim and then the top of the glass. So that's a turnover. No substitutions as of yet, and no points to speak of either.
Nice defense from Redmen, too, making sure they get to their man. No one's left wide open.
Cardungo was momentarily open there. Her 3-ball missed, and here come the Redmen trying to get ahead of the pack, and Tardungo stole it. Gets it to Slattery, harassed by Vietz on the perimeter. We're going to have a out of bounds as Vietz had her hand on the ball with Slattery, and Vietz's feet, say that 5 times fast, Vietz's feet were right in front of the Redmen bench, out of bounds. So Long three ball from straight on by File. No good, but there's an offensive rebound by Slattery. And another opportunity for the Rangers. And that leads into the hands.
Redmond got lucky there. They left him wide open right at the free throw line.
Yep, and that was Barron missing the offensive opportunity. 3 minutes in, we're scoreless. First bucket wins here tonight at the Romano. Pitcher, Lavarnia, 3 balls away, and she got fouled. Foul's going to be on Jamie Slattery. That'll be her first, team second.
What an advantage Redmond have here. 3 free throws.
Yep, it's going to be the southpaw senior, Victoria Lavarnia. She's got 3 coming up. Trying to get the scoring going here at the 4:52 mark of the opening frame, and she does so. Here's the second free throw. It's away. It is good. Number 3 looking for number 3 at the line. Southpaw, nice teardrop doink off the back of the rim, no good. She got 2 of 3. So the Redmen have that 2-0 lead here with 4:45 left in the opening frame.
Great
Projected
defense.
starter, Cheerwaz at the bench for the Methuen. She'll be checking in momentarily. Go ahead, Steve.
I was saying great defense right there at the top of the key, you know, not letting anybody get a pass off, making sure nobody's left open still. And I think that's what the Redmen really need to win this game is defense and, like you said, our rebounds.
Absolutely. That was Lavarnia going to the floor. The held ball situation, a possession error favors Methuen as Slattery comes out and Cheerwa comes in. They had originally had Cheerwa in their original starting lineup. Chantel Cheerwa, number 4, she's in now. And nobody picked up Brooke Tardungo. Roared to the bucket to tie it at 2 with 4:23 left in this first period.
And that's something you really got to be aware of, is that wide open lane just to drive for a layup. That's a dangerous field right there.
Yeah, there was nobody in front of her. She took it right down the lane. And here is Lavarnia, the lefty, to the left side of the lane. Tried the layup, no good, and she got fouled. I believe it's on number 4, Cheerwash, who just checked in. Yep. Her first, team's third. Vicky Lavarnia at the free throw line. Uses all the iron and drops. She's 3 for 4 at the free throw line here in the early going. She's got all 3 Redmen points. Looking to make it 4. Unable to do so. So she got the front end. Couldn't get the back, and there's a double dribble turnover against the Rangers.
I hope we don't see a lot of turnovers in this game, because that could be really impeccable for both teams.
Yeah, that's been the story here in this gymnasium of the games we've done on Tewksbury TV is at key stages, whether it's the boys or the girls team, they go into these periods where they turn the ball over constantly. And speaking of that, before we even stop the topic, Emily Pitcher whistled for the travel on the left wing.
And turnovers is how you lose the game, Vince. You know, you want to make sure you keep that at a low number.
3-2, the Rangers are trailing. Means the Redmen are winning at the midway point of the first period. Here's a turnover as Lavarnia comes up with it, trapped in the corner, tries to throw it off of Cheerwa, and Cheerwa takes it away.
It was a smart decision. Unfortunately, he's going to capitalize on it.
And off the turnover, here come the Redmen. McDonald over to Viets on the right wing. It's 3-2. Redmen on the cut to Pitcher. She laid it in, but they're going to call it on the floor. They're going to give her 2 shots. Oh, it's 1, yeah, because why would they give her 2 shots if it wasn't a shooting foul? If it was 2 shots, that means she was in the act of shooting, which she was. And Pitcher goes to the free throw line and converts to 3-point play. I didn't pick up who that foul was on Methuen that time.
I believe that was on Santiago.
Okay, Santiago, thank you. That's her second. 3 ball by Tardungo, misses from the right wing, but there's an offensive rebound, and the Rangers convert on the entry pass from the left wing inside to Samantha File, and she finally gets into the scoring column. It's 6-4 Redmen.
And like I said, that wide open layup is really going to be big game changer if you keep leaving those open.
Lavarnia under the basket, no good. Viets on the putback, no good. And Lavarnia takes the rebound and a fresh 32. Coach Joel McNulty barks out the instructions. Rangers with the ball in that 2-point lead. Just under 3 minutes to go, opening quarter.
Not a lot of movement from the offense right now, and I feel like they're not really realizing that's really what you got to do to make sure a play goes well, or even get a bucket.
Yeah, they had to settle for the 3-ball from the top of the key by McDonald, and Viets is going to be whistled for the foul on the over the top on the rebound, and first substitution for the Redmen tonight. Dakota Malazia is in, and Riley Viets gets a break. So the Redmen have McDonald, Lavarnia, Pitcher, Ryan, and Malazia on the floor. In that 2-point lead, but here come the Rangers into the forecourt. It's like the Redmen are in a zone defense now, and the way to attack that is the way that they just did with the long 3-ball. It's no good. Pitcher had the rebound and had it poked away. File roared into the bucket in the lane, no good. And Ryan on the rebound tried the outlet pass. That is stolen. The shot by Tardungo hung on the rim for quite some time. It's finally knocked out of bounds by the Redmen. It'll be Ranger basketball on the right baseline.
Like Coach McNulty wanted, there's the rebounds there, but unfortunately the turnovers are also there. So.
And we have a shooting foul against the Rangers, against the Redmen, I'm sorry. It's going to be on Sam Ryan. That'll be her first. That's going to send Samantha File to the free throw line to shoot 2. Opportunity to cut into the lead or tie it. And the best she can do is cut into the lead as she misses the front. Second one coming. Redmond with that 2-point lead, 6-4. Looking to avenge a loss earlier this season to this Ranger ball club in Methuen. Second one's away, it's good. File gets 1 of 2, and it's a 1-point lead for your Redmen. McDonald roars into the forecourt against the full court man. Ryan has it to Malazia. McDonald back to Ryan on the cut. Good. She is so tough when she gets in there like that with that left hand. And Ryan is in the scorebook now. It's 8-5 Redmond.
It looked like Methuen tried to at least go for a charge, but unfortunately Ryan was too strong and too quick for them to even try to get their feet planted.
Very elusive too as she shed any opportunity of getting the ball defended. Here's Ryan quickly ahead of the pack. Has File to beat, and File with a great job to sprint down and recover. Great hustle defense by Samantha File against Samantha Ryan. I know you like wrestling. There's WrestleMania. That was Samantha Mania right there. Samantha on Samantha. And File won that battle. Pitcher into the lane, and she traveled.
I feel like the smart decision was there, but unfortunately I feel like she should have gone for that layup.
Alyssa Adams into the lineup for the Redmen, as is Skylar Oth. Had an opportunity to meet Skylar's mom, taking care of the concession stand in the lobby here at the Romano earlier. Had a great conversation with her. I know that she'll be watching this game, or perhaps some family are at home watching it too. And the Redmen have the basketball as the ball went out of bounds off of Ashley Bowden, who checked in for the Rangers. 3-point lead for the Redmen. McDonald has it, 1-on-1. That's Tardungo wearing number 1, McDonald wearing number 1. Skylar off into the lane. They swing it to the right side block for Malazia, and she got the bucket, but they're going to call it for a travel. Malazia had a good look at the bucket, converted the bucket, but she shuffled her feet before she got the shot away. There's now Slattery back in, replacing Ava McKenna, who had checked in for Methuen. (8-5) is the lead for the Redmen. The shot by File at the free throw line is no good. Rebounded out of there by Malazia.
File's finding those shots. She's open for them. She just can't make them drop.
And there's a turnover as Ryan had it poked away on the left side of the lane. Tardungo has it on a string, goes to the bucket. She lost it out of bounds. Redmen going with Adams, McDonald, Ryan, Oth, and Malazia. That's their 5 on the floor with 30 seconds left in this first half.
Vince, I know I keep saying it, but their defense, it's working out really well, and if they keep it up, they might just pull away in this game like it's nothing.
Here's Off with it across court. Goes to McDonald and went through her hands out of bounds. So with 16.4 seconds left in this first period, the Redmen with that 3-point lead. Shot clock is off with 12 seconds. Tardungo at the to the mid stripe, out of the left wing. McDonald, good defense there with 5 seconds. Chirwa gives it off for the long 3 ball to File. It's no good at the buzzer. The rebound is controlled by Methuen, but the horn sounds. Ending play after 1, our score after 1 here at the Romano on Tewksbury TV. The Tewksbury girls lead it by a score of 8-5. We'll be back with second quarter action after this timeout.
It looks like they changed from a zone into a man now, trying to keep the offense on their toes.
Yep, change things up a little bit and give Methuen a different look, as the 3 ball by Tardungo was no good, but it's cleared away by Chirwa, who has to run it down near the midcourt line. And a timeout taken by Ryan Middlemiss, the Methuen Rangers head coach.
One thing I'm noticing is that Methuen, I feel like, are forcing their shots. They're not taking the time to set their feet, find an open person or anything. So I think that's why a lot of their shots aren't really going in. And on Tewksbury's side, they're actually running the offense, moving around, making sure their shots are open. Even if it doesn't go in, it's still good to get open on those.
Yeah, if you remember what we talked about in the pregame and before we went on air, is that Coach Joel McNoll for Tewksbury talked about execution at the offensive end in addition to better rebounding at both ends of the floor. So to your point, Steve, they have definitely showed patience offensively and have gotten good looks at the bucket, just really not lighting the world on fire just yet offensively. But still, just about a minute into this second period, they've got that 3-point lead.
One thing I think Methuen really needs to work on is their defense right now. They're leaving a lot of people wide open for shots, and that lane and the layups.
Tewksbury looking to make it a double dip night, as the JV game was also won by Tewksbury High over Methuen. Before the varsity took to the floor, and taking the floor, we've got Lavarnia, Adams, Brooklyn DeGrishi's checked in. Malazia's out there with pitcher, Adams, Lavarnia, and DeGrishi. Good pressure defense by Alyssa Adams, way out on the perimeter off the inbounds. Samantha File, right lane, off the rim, no good, and Adams tracks it down. Here come the Redmen. The head of the pack gets it up for McDonald. Or actually, check that, it's off. Skylar off with the layup ahead of the pack, and Adams found her in stride. And Skylar's in the score column in a 5-point lead for the Redmen. Minute and a half into this second period. Chirwa has it poked away by Adams. And here comes Off the other way with a left-handed layup, no good. Pitcher tried to put back. Off pokes it away in the backcourt, and the Redmen have it. Great job defensively by Skylar Off. Great hustle. Adams to pitcher, now to Off, right side of the wing. To DeGrishi, left wing.
And I feel like this is where the Redmen are really struggling. And like I said earlier, the movement's not there for the offense. Can't find an open shot unless you move around.
Adams tried the 3 ball in the left corner. It goes out of bounds off of Methuen as Ella Barron checks back in, and as does Diana Santiago for the Rangers. Fresh 35 for the Redmen, and close to a 5-second call, but Off gets it in to Adams between the circles, hands it off to pitcher. 5-point lead for the Redmen, 25 on the shot clock. Pitcher spins away, goes to Adams, right wing, back to pitcher. Gets into the lane, stops there to Off, now to DeGrishi. Stops and fires off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Samantha File for the Rangers. File still with it. Tardungo, right baseline, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Malazia. It's one and done offensively for the Rangers. Great job of rebounding by your Redmen. Adams stops on the left baseline and drains it.
What an open look right there.
think it was Pitcher that found her ahead of the pack, and Adams just 12 feet from the bucket on the left baseline pushes that lead up to 7 now with 5 minutes left in the first half.
Tewksbury is doing a really good job on that, making sure they're open, making sure they have the shot there if they're going to take it.
That was File again, a little bit of contact, and Coach Middlemiss wants to know why there wasn't a foul called there, but DeGreci was ahead of the pack in the lane, and she threw the ball off the leg of Santiago as Ryan comes back in with Lavarnia. Adams and Malazia take a break for the Redmen. Oth will put the ball in play, left baseline. Goes to DeGreci on the curl, gets it to her on the baseline. It's short, and it goes out of bounds off of Tewksbury. Tardungo, File, Santiago, Barron, and Slattery on the floor for the Rangers, their original starting 5. That's Slattery with it, gets it over to Tardungo again. Now to Chirwa in the lane, the lefty's no good, or Santiago, I'm sorry, the lefty by Santiago no good. Had a putback attempt, that was no good, and here come the Redmen. Emily Pitcher to Skylar Oth, 3 balls, good on the right wing.
What a look that was. She was wide open in 3. They saw it and executed the play like it was nothing.
And it's a full timeout taken by Methuen coach Ryan Middlemiss. We'll keep it right here on Tewksbury TV. Again, I'm Vince Allo along with Steve Perfume, Jason Marshall, our cameraman here tonight. But the Redmen starting to crank things up. They cleared the ball defensively, got ahead of everybody, got it to Skylar Oth on the right wing. She looked at the bucket, realized there was no defense near her, calmly knocked down the 3 ball, and the biggest lead of the ball game for the Redmen. It's up to 10.
And their defense is amazing right now. They're not letting anybody get open for shots. They noticed the mistakes they made with those wide open layups. They capitalized on those, making sure that what they're doing is the right way to play basketball.
And we'll be back here Friday night at the Romano for boys basketball. Unfortunate for them, last week the 3rd game of that on Friday night got postponed. So they had won the first 2 that week. They're looking for the three-peat for the week, but they'll have to hold off on that momentarily. But Coach Boudreau's ball club starting to turn things around and get things cranked up, as is Coach Joel McNulty and his ball club here tonight. Up by 10 with 4:11 left in this first half. Off in the ball game with Ryan, Pitcher, DeGreci, and Lavarnia. And we have a foul on Brooklyn DeGreci on the perimeter. That'll be her first, only the 3rd on the team. Fresh 35 for the Rangers. Midway through this second period, Tardungo off the inbounds, 3 balls long. And it goes out of bounds off of the Redmen as both Pitcher and Lavarnia were battling for it. The Ranger basketball on the sideline. Tardungo looking to put it in play, does so to File. Now to Santiago between the circles, down the left lane. Tardungo in the left wing. Cross court to Slattery. Check there by McDonald, or Lavarnia, I'm sorry. And great job by Victoria Lavarnia on the perimeter, sliding her feet, causing the turnover.
Like we were saying earlier, turnovers are going to cost one of the teams the game, and right now it's looking like Methuen's really not being able to capitalize off those turnovers.
And out of the inbounds, the Rangers applied some full court pressure, but nobody picked up Oth. She's got the hot hand. She missed the 3-pointer, but DeGreci runs it down. And a fresh 32 for the Redmen as Ryan goes in the lane. No good. Battling with File for the rebound, and File comes up with it, leads the fast break. Gets it to Slattery. Right baseline's good. First points in a while for the Rangers. Actually, his first points of the second period. 15-7 is the lead. With 3 minutes left in this first half. Off with it on the backdoor cut to pitcher. She almost made the layup. And DeGreci again comes up with it. Gives it to Lavarnia. The 3-ball left wing, no good. DeGreci's got it again off the window and in. Is Brooklyn in the house? Yes. Great hustle tonight by Brooklyn DeGreci, and she's rewarded with the bucket, and it pushes the lead back up to 10. But Brooklyn's going to get the foul. That's going to be her second. As the Rangers went backdoor for Samantha File, and DeGreci just turned around and put her hands up, and a little bit too much arm there, and Samantha File will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair for the Methuen Rangers, with McDonald and Viets coming back in for Oth and DeGreci. And Bella Medeiros into the lineup for the first time for the Rangers, replacing Ella Barron, one of the two captains for the Rangers. Here's File off the inbounds, and the running hook shot is good. Samantha File gets the 2. It's an 8-point lead for your Redmen against the full court press being applied by Methuen. And a timeout by Coach Joel Mignol. He realized that he didn't like the way that possession was starting out against that Methuen press, and took a quick timeout to talk things over.
Yeah, and I think that was a smart play by the Redmen. Call a timeout, try to work around the pressure on the full court press, try to make something work on the offense with the defense changing rapidly and everything. So always got to stay on your toes here, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
And Coach Joel Mignol, head coach for Tewksbury, again without the services of number 22, Victoria Catanzano, out again with a knee injury. So got to find out just how long she's going to be out. She's such a vital part, both at the offensive and defensive end for the Redmen. But other players have stepped up in her absence. Emily Pitcher, of course, Skylar Oth, Alyssa Adams. Those three in particular at that guard position have really stepped up in the absence of Victoria Catanzano.
And that's something you want to see in your players. You know, one of your best players is out. You want to see the others who aren't as strong build more up into their game so they can at least help out the team in their victory.
Yep. Anytime you get good experience, that's what you get. That's what you look for. And Coach Mignol has to be pleased with the play of everybody here tonight. Good hustle. Brooklyn DeGreci's been all over the place in this first half, and a great job by Skylar Oth, both of them off the bench.
It's nice seeing nobody just play the game on their own. They're playing as a team. They're working together, communicating. That's exactly what you need to win a ball game.
Here come the Redmen now. Viets to McDonald. McDonald cuts across to the right, gives it off for Lavarnia. In the lane with the left hand, no good. Viets with the rebound, up and in. Great job of trailing the play by Riley Viets for the putback. With under 2 minutes to play in this first half, the lead is still 10 for the Redmen. They lead it 19-9. Samantha File with the dribble. Comes back to Tardungo. In the lane, down the lane. The runner's no good, but she got fouled. It's going to be on Emily Pitcher, her first. 5th on the team. That'll send co-captain Brooke Tardungo, a senior, number 1, to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one's away. It's a good. Used a lot of the iron, but it drops.
And Vince, with 1:39 left in the half, and you only got 5 team fouls. That's not that bad.
Right. As substitutions, Bella Medeiros comes out and Ava McKenna comes back in. 1 of 2 at the line for Tardungo. It's a 9-point lead for the Redmen, approaching a minute and a half in this first half. Viets thought about the 3. Leaves it off now for McDonald. Her 3-ball off the rim from the left is no good, and Tardungo tears it away. Or it's Tardugno, I'm sorry, Tardugno. I've been saying Tardungo all night. I apologize, it's Brooke Tardugno. And Lavarnia stopped in the lane and realized she parted the blue sea. Took it to the bucket and she got fouled. It's going to be on Samantha File. First on File, 6th on the team. Actually, going to call it on. Yeah, maybe it was on McKenna. Give that one to McKenna, I believe. First free throw by Lavarnia is no good. Still a 9-point lead for the Redmen. And she gets the second. 1 of 2 at the line for Victoria Lavarnia. Approaching a minute left in this first half and a 10-point lead for the Redmen. File 3 balls away, left wing, doink off the rim, no good, and it's poked out of there by Santiago. Couldn't catch up to it. It'll be Redmen basketball.
And File's still looking for her first 3 in this game. She keeps taking long ones, short ones, and no matter where she's taking them, she just cannot get them to drop.
Yep, she's getting a good look, but they're just not falling for her here in this first half. As McDonald operates on Tardugno. Tried to go back door, and it's stolen away by Slattery. Back to Tardugno. Now into the forecourt, quickly to File. Right side of the lane, shot no good, she got fouled. That'll be on Sam Ryan. That's going to be her second, so keep an eye on that with only 34.8 seconds left in this first half. Ryan for the Redmen picks up her second, but Samantha File, only a junior at the free throw line to shoot the 2. It's good on the first. The Redmen have had that lead hovering between 8 and 10 for the last several minutes here in this first half. As Barron comes back in, replacing Santiago.
And I feel like File really needs to hit both these free throws to not only get her team back in the game, but to have her mentality back in the game by missing all those shots.
And she does just that, cuts it to 8. Half a minute left. Lavarnia in the forecourt. Shot clock is off. Redmen will hold for 1. Let's see what they do. Lavarnia, pitcher, Ryan, back to pitcher, over to McDonald. 17 on the shot clock.
Great ball movement by the offense, trying to get that open man for the final shot going.
And that's Lavarnia with it, backs it up with 8 seconds left. Here's Ryan, back
Great
to
defense
Viets.
in Methuen.
Lavarnia's shot no good, but she got fouled with 1.9 seconds left in this half. It's going to be on Slattery. That'll be her second. But that's going to send number 3, Victoria Lavarnia, senior, the lefty, to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. Team up by 8. Teardrop hits the front of the iron. Lavarnia looks at the second free throw. It's away. Off the iron, no good. Into the hands of McDonald at the buzzer. It would have counted had it gone as Viets kept it alive. And McDonald had one last look at the bucket before the horn sounded.
And great hustle for McDonald, trying to get that final shot off. Like you said, unfortunately couldn't go in, but you know, that's what coach wants to see, is that hustle right off the free throw. If it misses, you want to crash the board and make sure the other team doesn't get it.
One half of action is in the books here at the Romano. Your Tewksbury Redmen and Methuen Rangers in girls basketball. Our score at the half: Tewksbury 20, Methuen 12. We'll be back with second half action after this intermission. Back for our second half action here on Tewksbury TV. Again, I am Vince Allo. My partner here tonight is Steve Perfume. Operating the cameraman across the way on Tewksbury TV is Jason Marshall. Score at the half: Tewksbury 20, Methuen 12, and the Redmen looking to avenge a loss earlier this season to these Rangers of Methuen. And thus far, Steve, they've managed to hold that lead between 8 and 10 points for a long stretch in that first half, and that's something that obviously Coach Joel McNull wants to see continue here in the second half.
And it's nice seeing the defense playing tight, making sure, like I said, no open people, no one open down the paint. They've held Methuen to 6 points each quarter. So I'm excited to see more of this defense progress throughout the rest of this game. And that's one thing I feel like Methuen needs to do, is progress their defense, make sure those open men aren't open as much, make sure the ball movement's not there. Just tighter defense is what they really need to do.
And again, coming into this ball game, the Rangers are 8-4 overall, 6-2 in the conference. The MVC matchup here tonight, and the Redmen at 4-5, 3-4 in the conference. And we're underway. Third quarter. Rangers with possession of the basketball. That was Tardugno. They swing it inside to Samantha File. Her follow-away's no good. Samantha Ryan leads a 2-on-1. Underneath the pitcher, off the window, around the rim and out. And Viets battles Santiago for the rebound. An opportunity miss there for the Redmen right off the jump. off the defensive rebound, had a 2-on-1, and pitcher just off balance, couldn't convert at the offensive end.
It looks like Methuen was trying to get a foul down in the paint on the other side. When Faya was trying to go up for that late, it looked like she got a little contact on the arm.
And they're going to get a foul here as McDonald reached in on Santiago. Tayana Santiago, 30 seconds anyway, into this third period. First one's away, it's off the back of the iron, no good. The lefty, the junior, number 2. The lead remains 8 for the Redmen.
Vince, who did you say that foul was on?
That was on McDonald. Gets 1 of 2. It's really the closest that the Rangers have been in some time, is 7, as the Redmen break the press and have it in the forecourt with Lavarnia. Now McDonald between the circles. Over to pitcher. Cross court for McDonald to the bucket, and we have a foul on the perimeter. It's going to be on Jamie Slattery. That's going to be her first on the team. Lavarnia looking to put it in play. Still looking off on the curl to Viets. The shot is up, it's good, and she got fouled. Big play for Riley Viets off the inbounds. Fouls on Ella Barron, her first, team second, but what a great move off the inbounds by Viets. Almost under the bucket too. Leaned back in for the layup, and the free throw is around the rim and out, and Santiago clears it for the Rangers.
What a beautiful way to get open, right off an inbound too, no less.
File, the hanging shot, no good. It's rebounded by Slattery. Here comes Viets to battle, along with McDonald. We have a hell ball situation. It'll be Redmond basketball. Riley Viets racking up some hustle points here in this third period. Pitcher, McDonald, Lavarnia, Viets, and Ryan on the floor for the Redmen to start this third period. They have the ball and the 9-point lead.
And I'm loving the energy from the Redmen right now. Once they lose the ball, they're right back on top of it to try to get it back.
Viets on the pump fake to the bucket, no good. The bench would have lost their mind if she converted that, but here come the Rangers now, trailing by 9, 6.5 to play in the third. Tardugno in the lane, down the lane is good. Brooke Tardugno with the layup. Lead is back to 7 now for the Redmen. Methuen chipping away slowly as McDonald in the lane, down the lane, and says, don't chip away too quickly now, I got a bucket for you. Nobody picked up Kat McDonald. She made him pay for it. Lead back to 9 with 6 minutes left in the third. Redmen have been in control the entire ball game. Santiago between the circles with 20 on the shot clock. Works on pitcher's defense on the curl to File. Now to Tardugno. Right of the lane on the curl to Slattery, and we have a foul away from the ball. And that's an offensive foul on Santiago, her third on the team, as McKenna and Medeiros come into the lineup for the Rangers. Much to the chagrin of Ranger coach Ryan Middlemiss. And Chirwa comes up with the loose ball for the Rangers. Goes to the bucket with the left hand, no good. Ryan battles for it, and pitcher comes out of there with it.
Great job on the rebounds tonight, making sure that they're not letting any loose balls off the rim. Try to get to Methuen's hands. Really capitalizing off the rebounds too. A lot of second chance points.
It's going to be a backcourt violation against the Redmen as the ball hit the heel of one of their teammates. Coach Joel Mignol pleading that the ball was tipped. It was not, but it's a turnover, and here come the Rangers. They have it in the forecourt, the offensive end, trailing by 9. Tardugno leaves it back for File. 3 ball off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Lavarnia.
File still cannot get that three ball down.
Looking to file one away, but she can't do so. Here's Veets, 3-ball, off the backboard, no good, rebounded by McDonald. A fresh 32 for the Redmen. Exactly 3 minutes gone in this third. McDonald to the left wing. Lavarnia, 3-ball by number 3, around the rim, no good, rebounded by File. Rangers quickly into the forecourt, Samantha File. Leaves it off for McKenna's 3-ball from the right corner, no good. And Lavarnia comes out of there with the rebound. Great job of blocking out by Lavarnia. Got the best of that advantage, that matchup with Chirwa. Lavarnia couldn't get the bucket. Loose ball is run down by Methuen's Ella Barron.
And that's a shot you really want to make sure you make. Wide open layup in the paint. Easy shot. This should not be a miss.
Rangers operate on the perimeter now inside the Chirwa. The ball is patty-caked out of there by Ryan and controlled by Sam Ryan. McDonald to Veets on the right block. Now kicks it in the quarter to pitchers. Teardrop, three-pointer splash. That one came down with some precipitation on it. It was in the air for a long time.
I feel like I should have brought my poncho. That splash came up here.
Oh, man. And it hit nothing but net. And File tries to answer the other way, and the Redmen clear it. Riley Veets with the rebound. The lead is 12 now off of that pitcher three-pointer in the left corner.
And Vince, if you notice that File, it seems to be in her head really when she's shooting the ball. She's not setting, she's not taking the time to take her shot and everything. And I feel like that's really what's messing up her game right now.
And Riley Veets continues to hustle in this third. The Rangers had the rebound, and Veets poked it away with the hustle. And she's rewarded with free throws now. I believe they called that on number 14. Ella Barron, if she's out there, I believe that was her. Here's Veets' first free throw off the rim, no good. She'll have another one coming as Skylar Roth back into the ball game. She had a nice stretch in that second period for the Redmen. Victoria Lavarnia gets a break. Dakota Malazia will check in next whistle for the Redmen. Two misses by Veets. Great move up and under by File. She got the defensive rebound and took it the length of the floor into the offensive end. Had it on the right wing, took it to the right baseline and up and under on the reverse layup for the bucket, which cuts that Redmen lead back to 10 with a timeout taken by Methuen, I believe. With 3:14 left in this third period. We'll keep it right here. I'm Vince Allo with Steve Pafum. Jason Marshall is our cameraman tonight on Tewksbury TV. It's been a good one here so far.
Yeah, and if you notice, Methuen's offense isn't going terribly. You know, they're kind of in the game, like you said, 10 points away, but their defense is really what's killing them. Defense and rebounds.
And some players off the Riley Veets has been big tonight, getting the starting nod. Great hustle here in this third period.
A few missed free throws from the Redmen, though. Something they really got to work on.
Free throws are crucial, really in any ball game, but especially as you get the season starts to, get into the latter stages and you start thinking playoffs. You have to convert those free throws. Off the timeout, it'll be Redmen basketball as Malazia checked in. She's on the floor with Oth, Ryan, Pitcher, and McDonald. And McDonald's got it now. Double team momentarily, gets it to Oth, now to Ryan at the midcourt line, back to Oth. Off on the bounce to Malazia. Shot no good, hit the bottom of the backboard. Loose ball, it'll be Methuen basketball on the possession arrow.
They really lucked out there, not being able to grab that rebound right off the rim.
3 minutes left in this third. It's a 10-point lead for the Redmen. Ryan greets Tardugno as she crosses the timeline. The three ball is away by Chirwa, no good. Loose ball is off of Methuen.
Vince, if you notice, Methuen's not really talking out there, not making sure anybody's moving. not trying to get the play going or anything. And, you know, communication is one of the key importance of basketball.
Especially at the defensive end. Malazia, right side, gets it off to McDonald. 3-ball, good! A no-doubter from Kat McDonald.
Really
I think this is the largest lead of the ball game now. It's up to 13.
Letting those threes fly like it's nothing.
And a turnover as McDonald roars out of the pack with it. Leaves it off for Ryan, just inside the three-point line. Splash! The Redmen are cranking it up here in this third period. They lead by 15.
Coach McNeil really has to be happy with what he's seeing from his team right now.
Chirwas shot no good, short off the iron on the left baseline. McDonald rebounds it, nowhere to go, and Tardugno runs it down. Tried to go inside, it's kicked out of there by McDonald. Kick save and a beauty. And a couple of Ranger substitutions. Back in is Slattery and Santiago, replacing Chirwa and Corrigan, who had checked in, Mackenzie Corrigan. Tardugno on the inbounds to File on the cut towards Santiago. Her shot no good, but she got fouled. It's going to be a foul on Dakota Malazia, her first, second team foul. That'll send number 2, Santiago, to the free throw line to shoot a pair. First shot's away, it's good. Got another one coming. Brooklyn DeGricci back in, as is Alyssa Adams, replacing McDonald and Ryan for the Redmen.
I feel like Santiago really needs to make these free throws. Try to get her team a little bit back in the game.
And she gets 1 of 2, and DeGricci with the rebound. To off, tried to go to Adams over her head, and it's in the hands of Tardugno, and she goes to the bucket hard and fouled by Alyssa Adams. First on Adams, fourth on the team, or third on the team, excuse me. It's going to send Brooke Tardugno, the senior co-captain, to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Tewksbury's really got to be careful with those long passes. Really dangerous play right there. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't, but more than not, you're going to see that it doesn't work.
Tardugno gets the first. She's got another one coming. Cuts the lead to 13. It was 15 a moment ago. They had it as close as 7. Gets 1 of 2. File battles for it, and Malazia comes up with it, but stolen by Tardugno.
Great hustle.
File still has it, almost poked away by pitcher. In the lane, the shot is away, and it's good, but they're going to call the foul on the floor. It's on Alyssa Adams, her second, fourth on the team. As Kat McDonald comes back in, replacing Emily Pitcher. Tardugno will inbounds left baseline for the Rangers, trailing by 13 on the cut to Santiago, and she got fouled on the floor. Ryan Middlemiss has to be told to just kindly stop by one of the officials, and that foul's on Brooklyn DeGricci. That's her third. Foul starting to add up here now, the 5th on the team. Tardugno looking around. Gets it to Santiago. Roars into the lane, no good with the shot, and Adams comes out of there with it for the Redmen. With the ball in the 13-point lead. Goes to the lane, and she stepped on the baseline.
I like the idea, but I think next time slow it down, trying to find a better pass.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's why Coach McNoll took Adams out to try to calm her down a little bit, as Lavarnia and Viets come back in. 13-point lead for the Redmen. Coming up on 1:10 left in this third. Off, knocked away from Tardugno momentarily. Tardugno. And here's a travel on Santiago on the left baseline.
Saw her back foot dragging. Ref was smart enough to see that too.
1:05 left in the third. 13-point lead for the Redmen. He inbounds it to the point guard, Kat McDonald. Works on Tardugno. To Lavarnia, cross court to Viets. Pump fake on the left wing, under a minute to play in the third. Backdoor cut to Off, the shot no good. Malazia battles for it with File, and it'll be Redmond basketball with the possession arrow.
And one thing I'm seeing from Methuen, their defense isn't too bad when they get back, but it's that first part on the fast break that's really killing them right now.
Almost a 5-second call as they get it into Kat McDonald. 30 on the shot clock, 41 on the game clock. Beats thought about the three-pointer, goes to the floor with it, leaves it back for McDonald. Now to Lavarnia. Back to Veets, 3 balls away. Around the rim and in! Riley Veets has been enormous here in the second half for the Redmen. They lead it by 16 with 12 on the shot clock, or on the game clock, with 10 seconds left now. Tardugno across to Slattery, and going to the floor with it is Lavarnia. And she's going to pick up the foul on Slattery. Good hustle by number 3, Lavarnia. That gives the Redmen another opportunity with 4 seconds left in this third period. McDonald with it. Lavarnia's 3 balls away. It would have counted had it gone. It didn't, so it won't. That will end play here in this third. The biggest lead of the ball game for your Redmen as we head to the fourth. From the Romano, our score, Tewksbury 35, Methuen 19. We'll be back with fourth quarter action after this timeout. Back here at the Romano on Tewksbury TV, I'm Vince Allo with Steve Perfume. Jason Marshall, our cameraman. We're heading to the fourth quarter. Great ball game thus far for the Redmen of Tewksbury High School. They lead it 35-19. Getting set for the fourth quarter to begin. It'll be Methuen Ranger basketball.
Vince. Vince. Methuen's really got to be careful because Slattery's got 4 on her right now, and 1 more she'll be taken out of the game.
Yep. So to start defensively, McDonald, Ryan, Lavarnia, Veets, and Pitcher, the 5 on the floor for the Redmen. Opening possession of the fourth. File with it, 3 balls away, off the rim to the right. Rebound goes out of bounds off of Methuen High. It'll be Tewksbury basketball.
All these threes that File's missing. She's only hit 1 in the game. You'd think they try to change her game plan up a little bit.
Well, she's a shooter, and you're not going to make it if you don't take it. So just an off night for her thus far. Great form on the perimeter by File, though, so she looks as though she could catch fire quickly. Here's Ryan. 3 balls away off the front of the iron, and Santiago clears it for the Rangers. Poked away from behind by Pitcher, who never gave up on the play.
What hustle back on defense.
Coach McNoll tells his team to slow it down a little bit. It's all about running clock at this point with that 16-point lead. McDonald in the lane, off the rim, no good. Off the backboard and rim, and Santiago fires it up to Tardugno. Her shot no good. It'll be Ranger basketball, and Coach Middlemiss is beside himself trying to figure out why there wasn't a foul called on that, as Tardugno went to the floor pretty hard on that layup attempt. Slattery out, Chirwa in. Tardugno looking around to put it into play with about a minute gone in this fourth. File to the bucket, no good. Blocked by Ryan. Great job on the interior by Samantha Ryan on that defensive possession for the Redmen.
You can really see the aggression on File, knowing that she's not making a lot of the shots that she should. The team's down a lot. She's not helping the case. You got to see calm and focus in the game.
McDonald's three-pointer, good from the left wing. Heat check on the Redmen. They lead it by 18. Chirwa with it to Slattery, or to, I'm sorry, Santiago back to Chirwa. The runner is off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Riley Veets. Veets dribbles away from the pressure of Ella Barron. Now to Pitcher. In the lane, down the lane. Stops there. Leaves it back for McDonald. They'll reset it with 22 on the shot clock. Backing it out is Pitcher. Largest lead of the night for the Redmen. It's up to 18. McDonald goes to Pitcher. Right wing. Pump fake. Leaves it back for Lavarnia. The 3 balls away off the rim, no good. And it's rebounded by Samantha File. File stops at the 3-point line, doink off the back of the iron, and Ryan has the rebound. Pitcher the other way. Euro step, and she traveled. Good idea by Emily Pitcher, just 1 step too many on the Euro step. As into the lineup for Methuen High is Michaela Henrik, number 13, along with Bella Medeiros, number 3. Or 5, I'm sorry, 5 is out there, Mackenzie Corrigan. Her shot is no good, and it's rebounded by Henrik. Henrik to File, around the rim, no good. Henrik with the rebound, no good. Loose ball, Veets scoops it up, and it tried to scoop it over to Lavarnia, and out of bounds.
Little misdirection right there, you know, couldn't find the ball, couldn't figure out who had it.
Dakota Malazia back in, replacing Riley Veets, who's been just awesome at both ends of the floor tonight for the Redmen. Tardugno puts it in play to Santiago, and it's slapped out of bounds by Sam Ryan as Santiago wanted to go to File on the cut at the top of the key. 18-point lead for the Redmen. Just over a minute and a half into their 2.5 minutes into this ball game, or into the fourth, I'm sorry. That's an offensive foul on Tardugno. First on Tardugno, 6th on the team here in the second half. McDonald operates on the aforementioned Tardugno, and Tardugno falls on the crossover. Ryan, 3-ball, right wing, actually just inside the 3-point line is good. Lead is up to 20. The Redmen are shooting the lights out here at the Romano in the second half. Santiago over to Corrigan, now to Tardugno. Tried to go in the lane, and she's fouled on the perimeter on the drive. Fouls on Victoria Lavarnia, only her first. 6th on the team. Both teams with 6 team fouls, so free throws the rest of the way out for both ball clubs. Tardugno on the curl to File in the lane, the fadeaway off the window and in.
I feel like that's something File really needed, was that make right there. Try to help out her team, try to help out herself.
McDonald with it. Now into the forecourt. As we approach 4.5 to play in the fourth. Trying to use as much clock as they can are the Redmen. Pitcher on the crossover in the lane with the scoop with the left hand is good. It's like Santiago just gave up on the perimeter, and Emily Pitcher took it right down the lane for the bucket. Lead back to 20. And Ryan skies for the rebound for the Redmen. Outlets it to McDonald, Lavarnia ahead of the pack to Malazia, and she'll hold it up and wait for support. She gives it off for McDonald. Halfway through this fourth period, it's a 20-point lead for the Redmen. As close as Methuen has been in the second half has been 7 points. And there's Lavarnia on the crossover, it's good. Crossed it over at the left elbow, went down the lane for the spin shot. It hung on the rim momentarily, but it dropped. It's now a 22-point lead. File off the backboard and in. She's starting to heat up a little bit here, folks. That could be something to keep your eyes on the final 3:37. Quick timeout taken by Methuen coach Ryan Middlemiss. We'll keep it right here at the Romano. And again, we're back here Friday night for boys basketball, 6:30. As I go to my trusty schedule here, if I may. See who we've got on the docket for Friday. Got the Jeopardy theme that you can queue up for just a quick second here. So that's going to be Friday the 27th, right?
If I'm correct, I think.
Central Catholic.
Yep.
That's going to be a good one. That'll be here Friday night for that, 6:30 tip-off on Tewksbury TV. The Tewksbury boys taking on Central Catholic.
I will not be recording that game. I will actually be at the Breakaway Arena recording the Tewksbury hockey game.
Ah. Mr. Versatility here, folks.
What a a season they've had. Only 1 loss and everything.
1 loss and 1 win. 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 1 loss and Yeah, they've followed up that championship campaign of a year ago with a very impressive follow-up season.
And I was actually at the game they lost, and it was in the overtime with 1 second left on the timer.
3:37 left in this one. The lead is 20 for your Redmen. Off the Methuen timeout, Lavarnia will put it in play, does so to pitcher. Double team there, gets ahead of the pack for McDonald. How key is it to have a solid point guard like Cat McDonald? Here's the 3-ball for Ryan, touches the rim, goes to the top of the backboard, no good, and File takes it for the Rangers. Stops in the lane, the short jumper's good. She's got the last 6 for Methuen High. The lead is still 18 as McDonald has it in the forecourt, head of the pack, and backs it up, right wing. Try to go to Lavarnia, who fell down, and Coach Joel Mignol takes a quick timeout. I think Lavarnia tripped over McDonald as she flew by, ended up on the floor in the corner, and Coach Joel Mignol says, you know what, let's just take a timeout, calm things down. We're up by 18, we got the basketball, under 3 minutes to play.
I say there's no need to rush, just play the game like you know it.
Yep.
And I think one thing that's really kept them with that lead, and we keep mentioning all the time, is rebounding. And that's exactly what Coach Joel really wanted to see this game, was rebounding, and they really capitalized on that.
And again, the other point that he had mentioned to me before the game started was execution at the offensive end, and they have done that to perfection here tonight, especially in the second half where they've gotten open looks on the perimeter. And when your team starts to shoot so well from the perimeter, and a number of people doing it, makes it very difficult to match up with. So those are things that this ball club here under Coach Joel Mignol can really take with them moving forward as we end the month of January, head into February, and then it's playoff time.
And I've noticed a lot of communication on their offense, which is helping them out a lot too.
26 on the shot clock, out of the timeout. Ryan, Lavarnia, Malazia, McDonald, and pitcher on the floor for the Redmen. And it is Lavarnia across the way, just below the camera angle, puts it in play to McDonald. McDonald still with it with 20 on the shot clock. Backs it out. Gets it to Lavarnia. They're going to back it out again with 10 on the shot clock. Very deliberate on this possession.
Say run out as much time as you can.
4 on the shot clock. Ryan, 3-ball, left corner. It's an air ball and rebounded by the Rangers. It was Henrik with the rebound. Check that. That was, yeah, it was Henrik on the rebound. And the shot is underneath by Medeiros, and she got fouled. It's on Dakota Malazia, her second, team over the limit, but it's going to be 2 free throws anyway for for Bella Medeiros. Only a sophomore. Looks and fires, it's good.
First basket of the game too.
As Riley Viets back into the lineup, replacing Dakota Malazia. Second one is good. Medeiros gets them both. 16-point lead for the Redmen. Pitcher ahead of the pack to Ryan. Runs underneath it, lays it up and in. Excellent vision by Emily Pitcher ahead of the pack to Ryan, who laid it in with the left hand. Tardugno to Corrigan. Now to File. Hop, skip, and a jump in the lane off the backboard, no good. Ryan with the rebound. Hands it off for McDonald. McDonald still in the backcourt. Under 2 minutes to play, 1:51 to be exact. She's still in the backcourt, and that's a 10-second violation. Not the worst case scenario either, because it took 10 seconds off the game clock. And you need more time if you're Coach Middlemiss from Methuen. Trailing by 18 with 1:49 left. Tardugno, the point guard, number 1. Stops at the top of the key. It's an air ball, misses to the right. It'll be Redmond basketball.
Shots seem too rushed there, Vince.
Yep. McDonald has it in the backcourt. Leaves it up for Viets. Head up to a wide open Ryan off the backboard and in. Lead is up to 20, and nobody picked up Sam Ryan for the second straight possession.
She's doing a really good job on that, making sure she gets down low behind the defense, make sure they don't see her. Like you said, wide open for the layup.
And McDonald gets the turnover for the Redmen into the forecourt with 1:10 left in this fourth. They lead it by 20. Lavarnia went to hand it off to Pitcher. She lost control but runs it down near midcourt. 15 on the shot clock and under a minute to play on the game clock. Here's Ryan. Left baseline, no good. Rebounded by File. And Coach Joel McNult said, no fouls. Riley Viets picks up the foul. Tell you what, though, Riley Viets can get away with that one tonight after the effort she's put on the floor here tonight for the Redmen. Samantha File at the line to shoot 1 and 1. Splash on the first one. Just a solid effort tonight for Coach Joel McNult and his Redmond ball club. From start to finish, they were in control the entire night. Second one short off the iron. It'll be Redmond basketball with 48.9 seconds left. Lavarnia way ahead of the pack to guess who? Sam Ryan, lefty off the window and in. Nobody getting back defensively, and Sam Ryan is just having a field day ahead of the pack over the top of that press. Lead is up to 21 with half a minute left in the ball game.
And Vince, that's 8 for her just in this one quarter.
Methuen with the 3 ball, it's no good, and Ryan continues to run the floor, but McDonald says, let's hold it up, or Lavarnia, excuse me.
Tell she really wanted that double digits in one quarter.
Right. You know, the Redmen are going to get this win here tonight. Shot clock is off. The game clock is down to 10. They're just going to let it run out.
Coach McNulty's really got to be happy with this team, especially about tonight's performance. Communication, rebounding, everything was there.
That'll do it. Big win for your Redmen tonight. Here at the Romano, the final score, Tewksbury 49, Methuen 28 with the win. The Redmen even their record at 5-5 overall and 4-4 in the conference. And the Rangers dropped to 8-5 overall and 6-3 in the conference. Any final thoughts, Steve, on your debut on the broadcasting side?
Well, first off, thank you for having me here. It was awesome. I love doing this, but one thing I've noticed is Methuen really got to work on their defensive communication a lot. Work on the shooting and try to stay calm through the game. You can see the pressure was getting to them. They were all getting frustrated. And on the other side for Tewksbury, it's complete opposite. They stayed calm the whole game. Communication, rebounding was key. So it's going to be interesting for both teams heading on from here.
Yep, great all-round effort from start to finish tonight for your Redmen of Tewksbury High. Final again, Tewksbury 49, Methuen 28. The JV game also won by Tewksbury, so it's a sweep tonight here in girls basketball. We'll be back here at the Romano Friday night for boys basketball as the Redmen play host to Central Catholic at 6:30. For our cameraman, Jason Marshall and Steve Perfume, I'm Vince Allo, wrapping things up here at the Romano on Tewksbury TV, where once again, our final score, Tewksbury 49, Methuen 28. Have a great evening, everyone.